Good morning! I've just woken up and it is currently autumn, which means it is the deer rutting season. So we're gonna head over to Richmond Park and we're gonna see the deer mating or trying to mate, and you're gonna see some really cool fights. Just making myself pretty before we go. Maybe I can camouflage with the deer haram and we can get even closer. Who knows? Nobody knows. Maybe. Testing. So this is my box of camera wares. So I'll be choosing a few things to bring with me today to film the deer. So it is a surprisingly lovely autumn day. I'm really enjoying the sunshine. This is a huge relief. So we're on our way to Richmond Park to see the deer. It's mating season at the moment, also known as rutting season for the deer, who will be fighting to get the females. There are hundreds of deer roaming free in Richmond Park. Right now in 2020 it's a global pandemic, and we actually have a different pandemic, the plague, in 1625 to thank for all these deer in the park. Because you see, in 1625 King Charles decided he didn't want to be in gross London and get all sick and plaguey, so he decided to come to Richmond Park, kick everyone off their land and make it a deer park instead. The roars are a display of dominance as well as a challenge to rivals. This stag has laid claim to this area of grassland and the females within it, which is known as a stand. This stag is trying on with literally everyone, but they aren't yet in estrus, meaning they are not ready to mate. So he is having no luck. Behind me you can see different groups of deer. Each group of deer has a dominant stag and then they have their hinds, which are the female deer. You can hear them constantly bellowing this loud burpy roar. They do that constantly each day to scare away other rivals, to stop their ladies being stolen basically. We've seen a couple little fights break out. That's when someone isn't prepared to be scared off, and I didn't get it on camera, but I saw a deer get chased down to the river. They're all very competitive, all trying to mate. And even you see the small males just competing with each other for the right to mate with a female. So I'm going to stick around here for a while and we'll see how things progress.
Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on blinging, she icy. Freeze, photo, please, no photos. No, G's, no, please, no photos. Hit the door and the domain just whole team here might need some. Still young, but I move like a veteran. New deal to my lawyer to if you're down in my management, I'm just warming up, wait till I old producer saw the numbers one. Different colors in my baggy light. Chalk it up, talk of the town where you're talking up. Wanna get you a ring, are you tough enough? Wanna get you new things with your pockets dull. Run it up. I used to be quiet and out of luck. Now I move up and move humble cause the hate and the jealousy. My mama telling me count up your blessings and run it up. Nowadays nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on blinging, she ice. Freeze, photo, please, no photos. No, G's, no, please, no photos. I keep giving game away. I put game on layaway. I got paid to play today. I get paid to stay away. I get paid on rainy days. I might make make it rain today. I got paid off pain today. Thought it'd take the pain away. In my own lane, finger roll. I would never sell my only soul. Heard your whole team was for sale. Heard it's on the market for the low. Who the realest, we might never know. All this acting, you gon' play a role. Give you the world when they sign you up. Try you out and then they line you up. Ooh, now you're looking hungry, ribs are touching, need some food. Now you're all on live acting surprised, but you was fooled. Boy, get out the way, it's been a day, now you're old news. Now you got the pen and pad, you're trying to take my moves. Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she icy. Freeze, photo, please, no photos. No, G's, no, please, no photos. Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she icy. Freeze, photo, please, no photos. No, G's, no, please, no photos.
Back to our red deer stag. He may not look like he's doing much, but he's actually doing something really important. With so many bucks nearby, he wants to make sure the hinds don't leave him. So I come across two more groups. So behind me is a mixed one. It's got a male stag who is very clearly the leader, and he's ushering everyone around and telling everyone where to go. And then over on this side it's all male stags, and they have been fighting each other on and off to find who's the most dominant basically and who can breed with all the female deer. So it's been quite extraordinary to watch. The one at the back here has been bellowing very loudly to try and ward off any competitors, and I imagine that these competitors are maybe making him a bit nervous, but he's about 3 times as big, so doesn't need to be worried. Very handsome deer. I'd stick with him. When this stag catches a hind trying to break away from the group, the chase is on. These hinds are locked in a dispute, but they soon come back together again. The stag walks around the perimeter of the stand, keeping the hinds in line. One thing I've been particularly happy about today is that people seem to be acting pretty responsibly around the deer. So I've come before and there's been dogs chasing deer and the owners nowhere to be seen, or there's kids getting too close and parents taking photos of them, and it's just dangerous for people and for deer, and it interrupts the deer's natural behaviour as well. And during the rutting season that's particularly important because it's mating. So it's been nice to see people being pretty responsible. There was one dog that did interfere with deer a bit, but the owner ran after them and it was averted. But yeah, big groups of deer, it's kind of best to have the dogs on the lead for the dog's sake as well. So my hands are freezing cold and I filmed loads of deer, so I think that's going to be enough for me. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's a beautiful place, Richmond Park. I recommend you come. You probably saw in the background lots of cyclists, lots of walkers. You can get, obviously you don't want to get too close to the deer, but you can get a lot closer than you could in, even though they're wild animals, in the wild deer, because they're just used to people. They've been here hundreds of years at this point. So yeah, it's definitely worth coming down. There's always something cool going on with their behaviour in all the different seasons. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe for more wildlife vlogs. Oh, you have the hinds. Damn, son.